as a person who feels they have the responsibility to call out problematic people, problematic services. It's like, goodness sake, after the last time, I hope I never have to do this again. But it always happens, it always seems for people like this, for people like me, whatever it is, my race, my color, my intersex nature, all these things, whatever it is, it ain't ever gonna be easy for things like me, you know, but I just have to call it out because I feel it's really dangerous that people who discriminate against people like me, or at least people like me, it's important that people know. And in this case, it is a mental health service in Colac that I've been going to over 10, well, yeah, about 10 years, maybe longer. No, almost 15 years, they know me. And look, they've got this disgusting redhead receptionist who, every time I walk in, she's just disgusting. Like, won't acknowledge me. Very, very curt, even though, why would you be? I'm just a client. And yet, I had a breakdown earlier in the year. I had a really helpful phone session with one of their nurses. And then when I asked if I could continue having her as my support, they wouldn't let me for whatever reason, and kept on bringing this fucking dude Tim. And the simple fact is, with intersex people, we get along equally with both genders. It's just that it brings out different sides, depending on who I'm with, And if I need a therapeutic service, I'm gonna need a woman. If I'm talking to a man, all I want to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole thing. And look, they kept on pushing this dude on me, and I'm like, by the end of it, is like, there is no therapy that's coming through with this, so I needed to disengage or whatever. I mean, it's just disgusting. And basically, they said, they've said in the past, if you're ever in a bad situation, we'll always be there to support you. And foolish fucking me took them at their word. And yesterday I really, 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 really was struggling. So I rang them and said, I'm having an acute psychiatric situation. I really need to speak to somebody. I like, it's important. And this fucking, you can hear it in her voice. She's like, okay, I'll just go see if someone's around. And then she goes, oh, Tim's in an office. She's in a meeting with the doctor. He'll call you back. It's like, bitch, did you fucking hear? It's a fucking emergency. Like, whatever. But don't fucking blow me off. Tell me, look, we're not going to help you. Whatever, fuck off if that's what you plan. And I said, look, I'm in a situation. Can I hold on the phone? And she's like, oh, if it's an emergency, go to the emergency room. And it's like, look, I'll hold on the phone. And, in the end, I'm like, no, okay, I'll just get a taxi into town. Hung up, rang them back to tell them to just get a taxi and get there. She wouldn't answer the fucking phone. So in the end, I get a taxi. Taxi's there. And they're like, you can only see this guy. I wanted to see someone else. You can only see this guy, or you have to go to Geelong. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll suck it up and go see him. Get in there. They're like, oh, Tim's busy, but David's here to see you. And I'm like, no, well, you fucking said I had to see Tim, so I'm fucking see him. And they're like, playing the ruse, playing the game. And then my taxi driver goes in and she says, okay, come back in an hour. I'm like, okay, fine. They come back and fucking say 50 minutes, ring my phone 50 minutes later. It's the other guy. And I'm like, no, I'm waiting for Tim. Oh, no, Tim's not available anymore. You have to see me. Why didn't you just fucking say that in the first place? Anyway, I ended up fucking talking to this cunt. And obviously some fucking sucky piece of shit. And of course, I'm trying to explain to him about, with intersex people, it's really difficult to explain. And, that whole thing with the boxer, and it's like, with that man who beat up women. Of course! Guess what he said? Of course he said it, didn't he? Of course he did. So, even though they don't understand that, like, intersex Doesn't matter what it is and what it is. The whole point is we're like the fucking bridge across. So you can't just go, she's a woman. It's like, yeah, she's a woman, but she's also a man, mate. Whatever. It's fucking hell. Anyway, he's fucking grilling me and blah, blah, blah. And all I'm saying is, look, I just need a bit of Lanzapine, etc., etc. He knows me. He knows whatever. And then he's like, oh, look, you have to wait for a doctor, but they might or might not get it for you. And it's like, well, okay, look, I don't really want to take olanzapine anyway, so I should be fine. Whatever, thanks, man. I'll walk away. It's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? It's like, nigga, what the fuck, yo? I don't fucking get it with these people. Like, they are such fucking hypocrites that they fucking confuse themselves sometimes, eh? Anyway, look, it is what it is. I guess fucking Nazis exist fucking everywhere. And I guess when I fucking come across them, it's my fucking responsibility as a human being to just fucking let people know. It may not affect them, may not be a problem for them, but just so you know, if this was what you looked like, you would be fucked, eh? You wouldn't have, if you were like this, you'd be pushed so fucking far that your ex-girlfriend would have to fucking manifest in your identity to fucking just have somebody on your side, But look, it is what it is. It needed to be said. Fuck y'all. I trolled her out fucking hard, When I walked out of there, I walked out. I was very polite and stuff, and then got to the court, to the street, and just yelled "Scum!" and kept on walking. And then when I got the taxi, before I did, I rang, and this bitch is just like, "Hi, Sharon, how can I help you?" And I just went, "Ha ha, your life sucks." Bam! But about 5-6 times as loud. And that's it, And fucking, me, Laura, fucking angry as fuck about how they fucking treat this guy. Most beautiful, wonderful dude ever. So like, do only other fucking Ulster people see what Ulster people are like, So fuck them, eh? Fucking Colac mental health fucking mentalists. They're fucking mentalists, How the fuck does a fucking mental health service make people fucking go crazier? I mean, and there must be something going on in the fucking water there, because a fucking counsellor in fucking Colac in the middle of a fucking council meeting went fucking bonkers and fucking, I don't know, ended up having to get fucking tased to fucking break him down. Big dude, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea what happened. And the sad thing was, it was clearly triggered by some fucking bullshit in the fucking council. And yet this dude go on fucking Facebook and just say, oh, I just had some kind of random fucking breakdown and blah, 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 mental health, CPSD, bipolar, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, well, and of course it's got the optics of being brave, but it's a total fucking corporate cope, fucking, establishment cope. But disingenuous fucking grinning tigers fucking everywhere now, innit? But, as I say, it is what it is. We get the fuck out of this fucking country ASAP. Whatever that looks like, And that's it, Maybe, look, people don't understand what it's like for people like this, Do you understand? Maybe it's, I don't fucking get it. It's like we talk about diversity, blah, 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 unless you look like this fucking nigga. Maybe it's just the air. I don't know. Look, most people are pretty fucking good, but it's just like when you have one of the most important fucking services in your fucking area being fucking run by Nazis, people who fucking... such fucking cowards. They won't fucking deal with you specifically. And when you fucking push the issue, it fucking comes out glaringly obvious what the fucking deal is. It's just like, why couldn't you say, look, Tim's got a problem with you. fucking go somewhere else. Just try to push me to fucking go somewhere else. You know? Because, that's another thing. When they rang, they're like, yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck off, mate. If he's the only one there and the other options go to Geelong, you think I'm some fucking idiot, fucking waste my time? Of course I'll deal with him. And then they come in and it's a fucking another game. And then they wait and there's another fucking game. This is fucking games and games and games, mate. The fucking hell? And again, it's fucking Down syndrome people. Fuck. Anyway, yeah. So look, I don't suppose many Colac area mental health fucking people being covered by that area watch. I don't know, maybe, but if people in Colac, just so you know, as I say, it may not affect you, but again, all these social issues, a lot of social issues don't affect people, and it's something that they worry about and care about. Is this one of those things? We can't assume so. Because, if people like that don't give a fuck about people like this, I can't assume you'd give a fuck about it. And I'm not forcing you to. Maybe you just fucking sit there, laugh at him, go, look at the coconut, look at the silly coconut. And good for you. You've got a good future ahead of you. I praise you and applaud you for being lovely and lovely. So, if we want a fucking healthy society, don't you think we should have healthy fucking health services? Is that not a thing? Is that not a thing that and then, I knew that this shit was fucking going on. I didn't want to fucking take their fucking psychiatric medication, and suddenly they don't want to fucking look in on me and make sure I'm okay. It's like, come on, like, can you not still have a mental illness and not take medication? And just want to be fucking, sure that everything's copacetic? You can manage mental health. Like, I'm fucking, I'm not mentally 100%. I don't know where the fuck I am, but in general, it's all good. But, so, things happen. Things fucking happen. And what the fuck? As I was saying to my fucking psychologist, I thought I had a good strategy for a emergency, how they say first aid, but I realized, look, if I have to deal with things that are outside of my control, contingencies that could happen, then that's not a first aid plan. That's, what it is. It's like everything in a first aid plan has to be in the box. Don't be surprised when things like Bondi happen and whatnot. And things like this. A complete fucking disconnection from personality. Whatever, but look. At the end of the day, if you're live, if you're feeding yourself, if you can wake up in the morning and go to bed at night and you still feel fine, then, you live on to another day, and, thank God for that, eh? So, whatever it is, I guess doing this is better than fucking hooting, hollering, trying to make some fucking bollocks in the real world, because that shit only ends in fucking tearing more hair out of my head. Bye.